Hello everyone, I am Dublish, faculty of MC Department, Akgec Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I am delivering a lecture on HTML, which is a main core subject of topic of web technology of MC or CSIT student. Subject code is KCA 021. So now we are going to start what is HTML. See, HTML is basically provide the structure and layout of any web page. Suppose that we have a house and we want to create a wall, like a wall, chair, sofa, everything. So these are kind of layout we want to create, we want to make. So through HTML we create the structure and layout of any web page. And if we want to make some designing, some kind of coloring, like we want to, if we suppose we want to create a house, so we have a walls. We can create walls through the HTML, but we want to create the designing. We want to make the color of wall like red, green, yellow, blue. So for which we use CSS. And what is the use of JS? JS basically used for the logic. Suppose in our house we have some kind of buttons, fans, and we want that should be in movable position. So for this we use JS. So in today's lecture we are going to study what is HTML. So what is the full form of HTML? HTML is basically hypertext markup language, and HTML is the code that is used to structure a web page and its content. The component used to design the structure of website are called the HTML tag. So HTML is basically provide the structure and the content of the web page, and we want to create the content and we want to create the structure. So through which we need some kind of tags. These are known as HTML tags. Moving on, first HTML5. So like other any language, we have HTML provide the extension for saving the web page. So for this we have index extension .html. Also we can use .htm, but generally, and this is very good, we use .html extension for the web page. Now the question would be arise, why we create the first page by the name of index.html. So basically our SEO and or the SEO web page server will search where is the index file. So we make the first name of our file is index.html. What are the HTML tags? Firstly, we would like to know what is the meaning of tag. Tag is basically a container for some content or other HTML tag. Suppose we have a tag P for paragraph tag, and in paragraph tag we write some anything, like suppose that we have write this is a paragraph. So in the tags, within the text which we write, it is known as content, and these tags are known as the element. Here P paragraph, P used for paragraph, it is used for the element, and this is the paragraph I have write, this is the content for this tag. Now basic HTML page, we can use Notepad editor, we can use VS Code for our HTML web page, and also we can use some online editor. But I would suggest we should use VS Code because that provides some extra other benefit for the student for making good projects. So if we want to write this basic code, which is known as bipolarite code, for this we just type in VS Code only exclamation sign, and through exclamation sign with enter tag, this content will automatically generate. This facility is only provided in VS Code, not in any other Notepad code, or if we write in online editor, this code will not provide. We have to write this code. Now we will understand what is the meaning of this code. First, I have write along with the exclamation sign doctype HTML. Doctype HTML tells the browser which version we are going to use in our HTML file. So this exclamation sign doc type HTML going to tell us that we are using HTML5 version. Now HTML is the root of the HTML element, and within the root we write some content. We want to write some content. So for this we have tag head. Head is the container for the metadata. And we will write title. Title के लिए title. Suppose I write my first page, and here head is start and close. And if we want to write anything in our HTML web page, for this we will use body content. And in body we use a tag, paragraph tag, and in paragraph tag I write hello world. So title contain the page title which we show in the web page, and body tag contains all the data rendered by the browser. And this is P, this is a paragraph tag, and here body tag close and HTML tag close. Further moving on. So I am discuss some basic points regarding HTML which you have going to study today. So HTML tag is the parent of head and body tag, as you know. See, HTML tag is a head tag, and body tag within the HTML tag. Body and head tag under the HTML tag. So most of the HTML element have opening and closing tags with content in between. As you see, HTML opening tag, HTML closing tag, head opening tag, head closing tag, body opening tag, and body close tag. We can use some tags have no content in between, like BR tag. BR tag doesn't contain any kind of tag, any kind of content, because BR tag is just only used for the line breaking. Means we want to switch on for the next line, that time we use BR tag. And last, we can use inspect element view page source to edit HTML. Suppose we want to show the internal coding of our web page. Suppose we go in the Google web page and we want to show the coding. For this, what we have to do, just go on the Google web page, right click on the Google web page. There would be show only two options. First one is inspect, and second one is view page source. If we click on the inspect option, then we can show the every HTML coding which has been written by some web developer. And we can also, through the inspect option, we can also show our web page in any format. Suppose someone opening Google web page in the iPad, someone is going to open the Google web page in the Samsung phone. So through the inspect option, we can check the overall structure layout of any web page. And also through the view page source, if we click on the view page source of any web page, then we can also set the dimension of our web page. So these two are very important points for the students, so that they can check the basic HTML code, how we write the web page. Moving on, this one is the comments in HTML. So what is the meaning of comment? What is comment? Comment is a part of code that should not be passed. Suppose I have write anything, paragraph tag, in HR tag, in any tag, and we want this line should not be compiled. So for this, what we have to do, just only draw this line in the form of comment. So for creating comment in HTML web page, VS Code provide the facility of pressing control along with the slash. For control along with the slash, This symbol will be the generate, and whatever the line written in this tag, this would be automatically generate in the comment section. Yes, again, this is a very basic important concept for the full stack developer, which we are reading, which we are learning, trying to learning full stack. Ki HTML is not a case sensitive language like any other language. C, C++, these are the case sensitive language, means small letter and capital letter effect on the user. But in HTML provide that HTML is not a case sensitive, means we can write a tag in any form, in small letter or in capital letter. It doesn't make any kind of effect. HTML, you can write your HTML in small letter, you can write your HTML in capital letter, doesn't make any changes. You can write paragraph tag in small letter or in capital letter, doesn't make any kind of change, any kind of effect in your coding. Hat, you can write in small letter as well as in capital letter, no problem, like as well as body. What are the basic HTML tags? These are very important part for the student. In HTML tag, first we learn what are the HTML attribute. So what are the attribute? Attribute are used to add some more information to the tag. Through we have created any kind of tag and we want to make some kind of information. We want to add some kind of information. So for adding some kind of information, we use attribute. Like in example, I have taken example, HTML language is equals to EN. So here, what is the attribute and what is the value? In HTML is our tag, language is the attribute name, language, EN means English. What is the meaning of this tag? Here we are using attribute language, and in which language we are going to use, that is your English. Next is heading tag. Heading tag is basically used to display heading in HTML. We have all 6 kind of headings: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. So if we want to write some main content in our web page, that time we use H1. The priority of H1 tag is high, and H2 is less, H3 is more or less, H4 is more or less, and H5 is more or less, H6 is minimum. So if we want to type some content heading in main part, that time we use most important part, that time we use H1 tag, and if something is least, that time we use S6 tag. Yes, next is paragraph tag. Paragraph tag is basically used to add some paragraph in our HTML page. For creating paragraph, we use the tag name P, opening tag P and the closing tag P, and in between opening and closing we can write anything that we want to write. Yes. Next is anchor tag. What is the meaning of anchor tag? Anchor tag, if we want to add some link in our web page, that time we use anchor tag. We want to add the link of Google, or we can say we want to add the link of Amazon. So what we have to do? Just write anchor tag, href, reference, the link of this page, the name of the page, and anchor tag closing. Through this process, we can add some more links, any kind of links in our web page, and through this we can make our web page more attractive and more visible, more usable. Next one is image tag. If we want to add some image in our web page, that time we use image tag. Now this question would be arise ki image should be in our personal lappy, or we can download from Google. So in HTML we can write image, we can download image from Google. Through this we will use absolute link, And as in our Lappy, we have some kind of images, and we want to download our own images. That time we use the relative URL of this image and paste the relative URL here, and just name and closing this tag. Image src attribute name, that is your source, and here you put relative URL, alt random image. What is the meaning of alt and random image? Why we use alt? If we don't write alt, then tag would be also correct. Program will also run. Why we use alt? Suppose that if we don't write alt, and here I mention the link of any kind of Google image, and suppose that our server is down, so image is not properly downloading on our web page. So what will happen if we don't write random? Suppose server is down and image is not downloading, image is not showing in our web page. So if we write random along with the alt, then what will our web page do? It will put a random name along with the small text box, so that user can understand what kind of image developer want to show in our web page. Here we suppose I have downloaded the image of laptop. Here I put the link of laptop image that is that I have downloaded from the Google. Here I or maybe in our from our Lappy. So if I downloaded the image from the Google, then I put that link. If I have the image in our Lappy, then I will fetch this image from in our VS Code and put that URL, and along with the alt I would say laptop image, and then closing the tag. If server is down, then simply what VS Code index server will show, it will print random laptop image. Only give the name, not image, so that third party can understand ki yes, here image of laptop, but it is not showing just because of server problem or any kind of issue. Next is BR tag, which we frequently used in our web page for adding next line or line breaks to our web page. BR tag is also known as empty tag. Why we call this empty tag? Because in BR tag we don't write any kind of content, as we write anything in our paragraph tag in HR tag, as I show you earlier. Like this is a paragraph tag opening, and this is a paragraph tag of ending, and in between I have write anything. But in BR tag only no kind of ending and closing, because we don't write any kind of content. That's why it is known as empty tag. Next, bold, italic and underline tag. If we want to create some content in highlight text in our page in italic form, in underline form, that time we use these kind of tag. For bold tag we use B, opening B and closing B, and in between, and if we write anything, that automatically will convert in bold form. In an italic form symbol is we use I, and if we write anything in opening I and in closing I tag, automatically it will convert in italic form. Similar is in U means underline. If we opening U and closing, if we write anything in between opening U and closing U, that will automatically generate underline in the text. Next one is big and small tag. If we used to display big and small text on a page, for big we use big tag, and for making our text in a small way, that time we use a small tag. HR tag. Why we use HR tag? Is it used to display a horizontal ruler used to separate content. Suppose we have so many content, and we want to create a horizontal line among the lines. That time we use HR tag. Next one is subscript and superscript tag. It is used to display a horizontal ruler used to separate content. Suppose we want to write some chemistry content in our web page. that time we use subscript tag, and if you want to write some mathematical formulas, that time we use superscript tag. For this sub, here we use H2O in similar way mein. So this is for today class, and in next lecture I will continue our next topic like HTML tables, HTML forms, HTML lists. These are very important topic for the student.